Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. We are just at the break of dawn, and yeah, since we checked out the factories over here the last time around, I decided to actually go through with my plan and do some deliveries here. I don't know if I've ever really taken care of these bread boxes, and I want to check out what they are and how much they pay. I don't even know if it's actually small packages, so this might be overkill. Let's go with a smaller vehicle for this and see how that's gonna work out. I might keep the truck around because at least one of the other stuff here that's gonna be on pallets, but this one I think we need a smaller truck for this to make sense. Could take the Kira flatbed, but you know what? I wanna try the Dabo, which I've also overhauled with decals a while ago. So let's see how this one goes, how much it pays, and all that stuff. I don't know if it's gonna be a time bonus thing, but I wanted to try this out. We can go to Gangyang or to Seogupu, so they are pretty much in the same space anyways. So let's load them up here and see. Okay, there's no apparent time bonus because otherwise I would get a counter now. It might be a bit heavy from what I can tell. The back is kind of bogging down a little bit. God, it's hard to see where the edges of the boxes are. I thought there was another one in between the steps, but no, that's not how that works. And we might as well try and stack the stuff up for old time's sake. And that's gonna go down immensely in payment, but yeah, still worth getting some more of these. I wish I could put them down in a more sensible way or push them where they need to go. But the boxes are small and that makes it hard to really maneuver them around. Ah, that's pretty much perfect. So yeah, more sensible way of loading these smaller cargos would be nice. So let's get a few more of them. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna take off these. How heavy are these even? 30 kilograms, that's actually, yeah, that's quite a bit. Also, I wonder if there shouldn't be other overloading measurements for smaller trucks as well. Or maybe not for overloading itself, but the whole wheel mechanic about higher, yeah, just wearing down quicker. Tire wear modifications, that kind of deal, or modifiers, I mean. Jesus Christ, I'm not good at talking today. Because yeah, when you can do stuff like this with smaller vehicles, I think they should also have some that should have some effect on them. But right now it seems like the overloading is more for the high-end vehicles. I mean, it's kind of nice that we can still do silly stuff with these, but could be a bit of balancing in here. I hope it was to the same location, that they didn't just switch up or something. Gangyang, yeah, I mean, if it's to the other one, it's not gonna be too much of a difference, so I don't mind. Just gonna load up another few pieces here. But yeah, really I would like to be able to do this a bit more in an organized manner. we could be stacking these things up 4 high and with the same space efficiency as the bottom layer. But since right now we can only drop them, it's not that great. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep it like that. And yeah, I think my rear suspension is kinda suffering from this. Oh, there's no exit over here. Let's go around the other way. As I said, I've never been to this place, at least not as far as I can remember. And this is the thing with these deliveries. I could likely get some stiffer springs for the rear to be better with this kind of load, but yeah, handling wise, it's not gonna be too great. Usually it's better to have stiffer front springs and have the rear a little bit more loose in order to help out the handling a bit better. Help out the handling a bit to not oversteer all that much, get the power down and have responsive steering. But then for deliveries you end up with something like this, so it doesn't really work all the time. But hey, at the very least we are still able to do the same silly stuff as with the Bora. And I think that's what really matters here. I still hope that in the long run, if we ever were to replace the Bora in a meaningful way, I think we would still need 2 vehicles to do that. First up one that is the K-Tug like this thing here, but with different front lights that look more like the Bora and just, yeah, also the front bumper not coming up that much. Honestly, this thing, while kinda cute and neat, it's also a bit of an ugly duckling in my opinion. Ugly duckling, I mean. I don't like the front lights, they are a bit weird. And most of what was it? Devo, Lobo or something? Most of them look a bit cuter, but this one has just the really weird front lights, which I could really not... I could find like 1 or 2 pictures of it, but it was actually from a version that was more like a minibus. But yeah, other ones from a similar year actually, they look a bit better. And the old ones actually have the same kind of front lights as the Bora. So that would be nice. But for a functional vehicle like that, I think there's... Oh, Jesus Christ. I should have maybe anticipated that happening. For the vehicle's function, the thing is the Bora is a much larger vehicle because it has some really weird scaling going on, and really you would need a larger truck in order to replace it in terms of getting a similar space on the back. And I think in Germany we have some vehicles that would be fitting that as well, called the Mercedes Sprinter. There's a truck version with the same cargo bed configuration on there. So it's not like the Kira with a long cargo bed, but more like a short one, but also pretty wide and yeah, maybe a 3-seater. But it would be a pretty decent one. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that would be a way to replace the Bora, both in terms of its functionality but also the looks. Because right now this thing, as good as the model is, it's not the same. Okay, let's see how much we get here. Okay. And I think I now have like 3 of these things overlapping, so brace yourself, it's gonna get loud for a moment because I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Yeah, delivery worked out, we got quite a bit of money. So that's all good. I just want to quickly check back on how the stuff is looking here in terms of capacity for the other things that we could deliver. So how are we looking on the meat and cheese for the 2 restaurants over here? This one is about half full. And the other one should be a bit further up the hill. That police car moved barely anywhere since I last saw it. Seems to be more like waiting for me to come back. Ah. Missed the driveway. Yeah, just give me a fine and leave me alone. Okay, this one is still almost full. I really want to check the other ones, but we might get there at some point anyways. I think the airport food is gonna be what takes us to Jeju. So we can check after delivery over there. And maybe for that one we also may just want to take the Lobo and Lobo van. So let's quickly get that out of storage right here. I think we should be able to spawn it in at this place. It doesn't really work with a lot of the parking lots, because the Lobo van is just gonna stick out in front and back. Also, since I have you here right now, I might as well try out another bug that I've encountered quite a while ago. So if I'm wanting to customize my Lobo van with decals, let's just say we go onto this side, try to add one, and let's make it a colorful one. Okay. The thing is, I tried this multiple times and most of the times it wouldn't appear, so that's like a random thing. Weird. Also, it seems like I cannot put any decals on the bottom part, which is kinda sad, because I want to actually continue my pattern that I have on this thing. But that might not be an option right now. Maybe if I go through this now, go back to the Lobo van and then try to apply a decal. Still working, might be a session thing, I don't know. But I had it plenty of times where I wanted to actually, I even want to go out and make a decal for this one for the Halloween event, and it just wouldn't show up on the vehicle. I have the same thing going on the Fox, so let's quickly check that one out. And yeah, the decals on this one is actually something I downloaded from the workshop. So those people don't have a problem there, but if I try to apply another decal here, you can see that you can't really see anything. I'm trying to make it larger, I'm trying to get it projected on a different part of the vehicle, but it just doesn't show up. So I have no idea how other people manage to get this thing working, getting the decals on there, because I just can't. If I want to get the decals on this vehicle, I would actually need to go into this one and change it over, because now it's gonna show up, but for the stuff that I put on here, I have no idea what's going on. And sometimes that just happens with Lobo van as well. I made a bug report, but yeah, didn't get any response or anything on that. And it might just be something that's happening too regularly, and I don't know what's triggering the bug. And these are always the most annoying bugs to fix, because it's hard to even figure out what's causing it. But yeah, let's go to the bakery, I mean the food factory here, and get some of the airport food loaded. These might still be the old size pallets, so we might not be able to load that many. The other day I did a trip down to Gapa and got some pallets for those areas, or for the industries there. And I was getting up to, I think, 42. So yeah, the resized pallets actually making all of this a lot more convenient. But yeah, these seem to be quite a bit larger. So yeah, let's see how many we can load. It's just gonna be 9. Not really sure. As long as it pays well. And we also now have our limit for how for when we need to deliver them. We are still gonna get some money for it if we just deliver them out of time. But the big bonus is of course through the time limit. Would be nice if we could double stack those pallets. And yeah, for the Lobo van, I still prefer going into first person. I think that just... it feels better. At least now I can see what the tractor is doing. Where otherwise it feels like I'm steering a sentient or automated trailer without any tractor to begin with. Which is of course not the case. Okay, let's try to overtake. But yeah, now that we can get larger amounts of pallets, especially from the different warehouses and everything, the Lobo van finally makes a lot more sense than before. Just being able to make good use of the capacity. And yeah, with Jeju City being basically the next town over, it's of course a quick delivery. So I don't know when you would really be failing this unless you run into a lot of issues. But we're gonna come in here with maybe like 2.5 minutes left, so just about half the time actually being used up. I don't really know how you would be failing this time challenge. Unless maybe you let autopilot take over and it gets lost in a parking lot. Yeah, we actually need to bring it to the warehouse here. I was confused for a moment. We don't even need to reverse park this thing because of how it's set up, so we can just drive in like this. Ka-ching. I mean, this hasn't really been a demanding job, but the payment, I don't know. For the thing that you're doing, it's a decent payout, but it's just, I don't know. Not that great in anyways. I mean, yeah, just like 12k. That might need a bit of revisiting. Then again, if this was like 3 minutes something, yeah, it's okay. So let's check out the burger place and yeah, also the pizza restaurant, that kind of deal. I'm not sure if I want to go back to the industry area right away and get those things delivered. Or if I want to go over to Jeju Plastic beforehand and get some stuff for the toy factory. Are we even on the correct path here? I haven't been here for a while. I think that's a pizza place. It's really hard to see anything from this vehicle. I mean, I could also go into third person at this point because we're not bringing the trailer anymore. Okay, this is still almost full. Can I just jump down there? This might be a bit quicker. Okay, this one is empty, so we would need to actually deliver quite a bit here. So Jeju Burger is worthwhile. Everything else is still stocked up in a way that I don't really need to get any more deliveries. I haven't really taken care of the whole burger and pizza stuff in a while. I like to do it more in regular vehicles, so like small cars and all of that. Never been that much of a fan of the bike deliveries, although bike physics have been changed recently, so it might be worth going back there. But yeah, cargo scaling for those things have kinda ruined the job for me. But yeah, let's go over to Jeju Plastic and get some pallets for the toy factory. I think we should have some stuff there. Also, I'm recording these episodes back to back. There's another one of my trucks in the distance. So yeah, we'll have to see how much the oil tanker thing is going. Last time I checked, it was doing some silly stuff, just getting some crude oil for Jeju, and that's really not what I've been hiring this guy for, so yeah, I don't know. I might also need to do a pallet delivery over there at some point, just so that the drilling place can actually do something with the fuel I'm delivering. Yeah, gonna catch up with my delivery driver over there in a moment. This thing is so cool, especially for racing. And pooping another ghost. I also noticed that for some reason once you touch the ghost, it's basically stuck to your vehicle. It's gonna fly off, but if you turn, the whole thing is actually gonna turn with you, which is weird, but I mean, not really much of a problem. It's just looking a bit silly at some point. And yeah, I might actually try and get the Lobo Van out again, but I don't know if any of the places can actually spawn it, so that might be a problem. But let's see what we are dealing with to begin with here. And yeah, to show you guys the whole turning thing, if I turn right, I mean, basically I had that guy going in circles. But yeah, it's just a silly Halloween thing, so no real harm here. Let's check. We have pipes. Pipes, and plastic. Yeah, that's small pellets. So we could get quite a few of them. That parking lot is surely not gonna be large enough for the Lobo van. But let's see. Yeah, doesn't do it. They could likely fix it by just making it so that the Lobo van spawns only going further out front. That should be alright for most if not all the parking lots, but as it is right now, you need one where you don't have anything in front or in the back. At that point it doesn't even matter if it's a large one, it just can go on any one, but there needs to be enough space around it. So this should be alright. But yeah, with how it spawns, it hangs over by about a meter in front, another meter in the back, and this one, if there's any wall over here or something else that's blocking stuff, that's gonna prevent it from spawning, and it's kind of annoying. I also like that I prepared a truck to use for today, but then decided to just use a different one. Oh look, the container is actually getting delivered here. Or it might just be taking the empty one around. Who knows? Who knows what it's doing, but it's doing something and it's been working for the most part. Also, I've seen that they had some limits imposed on how many stops you can have for the different jobs here. Seems like they're not really enforcing it right now, but that might change in the future. I don't know how much I like that. Okay, only 28. I wanna have a quick look in here for a moment. Okay, the pellets are... I mean... If we were to push them over to this side, could we fit another one in here? I think that would be... Yeah, it would be slightly too tight. So we're just gonna go with 28 or whatever it was. Yep, 28. It's fine. Also, I need to refuel, but we should make it to Gilo beforehand. I mean, do we want to go through Gilo or do we want to stick on this road? I think if I didn't need to refuel, I would go for the other road there, but yeah, I mean, we could try it. I think I still have some jerry cans, so I might as well do that. Kinda need to get rid of them anyways. I want the inventory slot back, and that all was really more for the Halloween event. Always gotta go for the ghost. If I can, I want to get 1,000, but I'm not entirely sure if that's gonna work out. Maybe I should make sure to get back on my other character at some point and get some stuff from the Halloween house. I like the bat with the bats on. But yeah, we are likely gonna have to refuel at some point here. This is not gonna last us until there. Maybe I can let it roll at some points. I've been always wondering if I should make like a soapbox race, where you have to turn off the engine and then just steer down a hill or something. Wonder how far we could go from the top of a hill here. Still telling me to go back the other way. It's likely more to do with speed limits and all of that. But this should be a bit shorter. Then again, the game is likely also not gonna take the direct way at the uh, in a few intersections. So with its alternative routing, it might still think it would be longer. Yeah, now it's telling me like 7 kilometers, but yeah, it's gonna go across here and then the long way around instead of using this road. This might have been the longer route after all, but I don't know. I barely get to use these roads, so I kind of want to go for them at least this time around. Mostly they are really there for racetracks, and I appreciate that, but these are also pretty good for some deliveries here and there. And yeah, ideally I should have refueled a while ago in Jeju, instead of letting it come to this, but I only noticed it being on low fuel once we got towards the factory there, so that's on me. And now we are coasting. Let's see how far we can get. Bit of an uphill coming up. There are a few chicane-like corners coming up. So I'm gonna try to not break through them. There I can get rid of that as well. I don't need a constant reminder. I know that I'm out of fuel. And it's only my mistake. Okay, come on, make it over here. But yeah, there's gonna be another uphill part coming up here, so I don't know if we can make that. But hey, we made it past the intersection over here going towards the logging area. But yeah, this might be where it ends. RIP. So let's refuel. Oh god, that didn't do us much at all. I thought we would be bringing in more money, or more fuel, I mean. Oh god. We can also use roadside service if we need to, but I thought this would be filling up the thing to at least half. Shows you what kind of guzzler this thing is. If I did this with a small vehicle, like a hatchback or something, I would be filling up the entire fuel tank with one jerry can, but with this thing, fat chance. Might be realistic. Didn't think about it that much. But hey, at least we are going again. If we can make it over the crest of the highway, we can actually coast down the rest of the way, so this might be just enough. Especially if I'm careful. Okay, gonna take maximum speed up the hill. This is gonna be a long climb though, so no idea if it's gonna be enough after all. Yeah, I don't think so. But I think that was the steepest part. We are getting faster. I mean, worst thing that's gonna happen here is I'm gonna be using roadside service to refuel, and that's gonna be the end of the story, yeah? That's definitely gonna give me half a fuel tank. Even if it's gonna take quite a bit of money. But hey, we kinda made it to where we need to be, so let's just hit the gas and turn up the intersection here. Because it's all downhill from here and I'm just gonna let it coast. So I might need to use the last bit of fuel to get to the actual fuel station. But yeah, we should be good here. And yeah, I spontaneously just made this part of the challenge, just letting it roll. Just something slightly different every now and again. Come on. I think this might be the biggest uphill part of the entire road here, but yeah, we're definitely gonna take the hill. It's almost like driving an electric vehicle. Another ghost coming up. Got him. I was a bit afraid I might glitch out on this guy, and that might be the end of my attempt here. Soapbox semi-delivery. Another little hill, but this should be okay. I mean, we are going 50 kilometers per hour. We're just gonna take it like it's nothing. Speeding back up afterwards. For a few more light bends here and there. I've been considering maybe making another track around here. This is also quite the nice road. But yeah, with track making, it's just sometimes I do a whole lot, sometimes I do nothing at all. Also, I still have to take care of some rally stages, and the one that I thought was done needs another readjustment because they introduced the new road going to the landfill and the other area there. So that needs to be adjusted for. And yeah, I'm just gonna let it roll towards the gas station here. Not the first time I've done this, by the way. There have been some times where the fuel tank ran out on that part, and yeah, it worked out in the end though. So yeah, that's just fun little things that you can do if you feel like it. And I think with my current suspension setup, having the front axle lifted up, I should be able to also do the final delivery without getting stuck in the unloading bay. We're gonna have to see about that though. Okay, fully loaded again. Let's try to reverse into the whole thing. And yeah, that loading bay, it goes down, and that's been a problem in the past. But it should be alright this time, hopefully. Slightly ramp the building, but it's okay. We got 17k for this. I mean, it's alright. And yeah, we can just get out of here again. Otherwise, yeah, with my old setup, the frontmost trailer axle used to be like a teeter-totter point, and it lifted up my my powered wheels, and therefore I didn't get any traction down. But yeah, this thing has been delivered too, so this should be alright from here. Let's see how much it's producing. I mean, it's doing something. And yeah, we should be able to deliver this to some other places, and yeah, that should make us quite a bit of money. I don't really want to go up to the rest area. Maybe overseas shipping company would be alright. But yeah, this one has also been taken care of. And yeah, the container stuff is just helping out a whole lot here, just making things easier, supplying to the different other factories and getting everything up and running in a smoother way. In single player, it's really hard to take care of everything, so I really like just having the option to make it all a bit easier on me. But yeah, that's gonna be enough from me for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Until then, have a good one, and bye bye.